So, hey guys, today this is a depressing sight as our Wilkos is actually going down into administration. What does administration mean and what does it mean for Wilkos? So, basically, Wilkos started in 1913 during the depressed era and right after World War II. And what does this mean? This means by that is that all the economy and all the funding went into wars and into tanks, and therefore they didn't have enough money for the aftermath. And yes, sure, they try to repair the buildings and such, but it took a while to do so. But in the process, Wilkos was actually born just as JC Wilkos, I think. But they made a hardware store that sells cheap hardware and cheap repairs and at a quick price and does it in the quickest of times. And then they start to spread, and then they start to sell some stuff, and then boom, it starts to sell some cheap stuff and help the community. But however, due to the rise of inflation, thanks to the fucking government, this makes it so that anything that we actually have is and anything that's no, basically everything that we want to buy for Wilkos, because normally go to Wilkos to see what's there and what we can buy for cheap. Well, it's shutting down practically, or is it? Administration means by that is that it's in the process of that it's not going to pay the debts in full. So basically, it's basically a plan in order to make sure that they will fund all the money that they need so that they can get out administration. Basically, it's basically a safe haven, and sometimes they don't get out of administration and they become bankrupt, but sometimes it may actually work and they would actually need to coming back up and earning more money and actually making it better. So basically, what does this mean? This means that is 12,000 jobs are actually at risk, and due to that, right, this makes it so that everything that they have, right, are 30% off. Yeah, 30, 40, 50, I don't care. Like, they are all and everything are set off. No, that you can see on the website that it has been an honor, and they will have a detailed letter that you could read in the description down below. And this letter actually shows from the Mark Jackson, that is the CEO of Wilkos, and that it's been a very fantastic year with Wilkos, but they're going out of administration because they were supposed to do another deal. Because the main thing is, some people blame me on management because they kept on borrowing so much money. In fact, they can't really pay it off. This makes so that borrowing more money would be even more harder. And this led for it into basically they did everything that they can. They sold their stocks to practically anyone who would buy them. They basically entered in so many deals. In fact, like if they needed to pay them off, to get more deals, it would practically be impossible. Basically, right, the poor management of Wilkos has been like decreasing. But like, what about B&M? B&M is actually like the same store as Wilkos, like a cheap store, but like that store is still up. Like, you search up B&M. I don't know why it's like on Microsoft Bing. So basically, B&M, right, is basically like selling things at a cheap price, like £1.50, 75p pot noodle, £8 toy, like, the gist. And during this time, right, there's also going to be multiple sales going on across many stores. Why? Because it's the back to school thing. Basically, when it gets close to back to school, basically they will sell every single stationery for super damn cheap and make sure to basically empty out all their stock. And this makes it so that they earn a lot of money during these periods. They also do Christmas sales, Halloween sales on certain items and stuff. Basically all the gist and things. And they also do with many other things also. So basically, you may go like, what am I saying? What am I talking about? B&M. Because B&M, right, is basically one of the best, if not better, companies, because they are basically have better management. Because what it is with B&M, they do it cheap and they know how to keep it cheap. with Wilkos, they keep on borrowing so much money, in fact, they can't be financially stable for like 1 fucking second before they go to hell. Because like I remember that they kept on like shutting down other stores and something. The glory days was back like in '09 where they had like a small store but like tall building, but like they did moved it into like a wider building, and then from there it was fine. Because like B&M was like right next to it, so basically it was right next to its competitor. But the main difference is that the competitor is like on a separate floor. So basically, Wilkos would be on the ground floor, and then B&M would be on the top floor. So basically, what am I saying? So this way, so that B&M is really close to Wilkos, and you can spot that in the Bandit Center because they are super close. Like if you go up like not a notch, but like up like a level, you're already at B&M practically. Not example like you can just tell that they are trying to adapt to like inflation. What do I mean by that? So, for example, if I wanted to adapt to inflation, I have to increase my prices. What I believe right is that they slowly increase their prices, and then at the same time they make sure that they sell all the other things they don't want, like these toys and Pokemon cards, so that they make sure that they stay in the clear, because you should increase your prices slightly, but with inflation it really hit workers so hard, and had to get other things like and other places that also do the same gist, because if you don't do that the same gist right of literally selling cheap stuff, people won't go to your store, because like if you sell only expensive stuff, less people will go to your store and more people who are rich will also go to your store. But like it wouldn't really work out, because the people who go to your store who are rich are only there just to do like one massive shop, and then they got everything that they need. But like let's just stop rambling and explain the future of Wilkos. What will happen with Wilkos? So if they manage to get out alive with administration, they would literally go back to their former glory and act like as if this is the a bump that they experience, and they are still good. If they don't survive, not only their website will shut down and be sold probably, but also their company would also be sold with all the companies will be signing for financial bankruptcy, and basically the whole company will shut down. In the process, will make about lots and lots of stores shut down and 12,000 jobs lost. And this is actually detrimental because Wilkos hires a lot of people, and without Wilkos, there'll be like less cheap things, and that will make us realize one thing, that is that if Wilkos is gone, that is why cheap things are actually disappearing. That cheap things are replaced by expensive things that you normally buy. So instead of like the opposite, like instead of like all the expensive stores like stopping because like they realize that they say stuff that are basically so cheap and like other stores. Like basically, I'm rambling, but I hope to God, like, if Wilco doesn't get out alive, that means well that is that they're screwed. Practically, this means so that not if they are screwed, but the whole UK and society is actually screwed. People love Wilkos, and you can tell because you can ask someone on the street and they can go like, "Have you heard of Wilkos?" And they go like, "Yeah." And do you love Wilkos? And they go like, "Yeah," because Wilkos sells so cheap shit. In fact, they help people save a lot of money. Like they're like the main people that you want to talk to for like cheap stuff at this point. Like basically, help them fund. If you're a buyer, buy the company, give them lots of money, and they will help you. But in return, right, you gotta better like change some management shit, because management led them into this. Like, and even so, the employees right said that it was management's fault, because what it is right, they kept on getting more and more money from like these loan sharks, I would just say, and they not paying back, and they're about to get like another one, but that one actually fell through so hard. In fact, it just broke the fucking company. So basically, overall, And for example, like people who are like surrounded with like Wilkos and stuff are also suffering. Because I also heard that if you like in the gardening section and you go to like I don't know, like let's just want to get some plants. I want some plant. They're just such a plants, for example. Basically, right, all these you know where these plants come from. Basically, people who are associated with it and who are associated with Wilkos. So basically, we pick Wilkos just basically so that these companies that are owned by Wilkos are also suffering. Basically, not for money because they're gonna lower the money, that means lower the quality, and then they're gonna look for cheaper alternatives just to like survive. So basically, Wilkos is not even suffering because like they're suffering because of the amount of money that they're actually funding into all of these things. Because everything, but they have their hands dipped in everything and everything. Basically, they have dishes and everything. Like apart from foods, like yeah, they sell foods like Christmas stuff. Like apart from that, yeah. So what would I rather do? If you're a buyer, buy it. And yeah, that's everything I have to say. See ya.